topics. Okay, good afternoon. This is our first week in the summer course. This is our reference, Elementary Statistics, a step-by-step approach by Bluman. I'm just cut and paste from this book just to make it easy. Okay. We just know we have types of statistics, descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. And we know the descriptive statistics consists of the collection, organization, and summarization and presentation of the data presented in tables or presented in graphs. This is only the descriptive statistics. Okay. And we have to know the variable. This is the most important thing in the statistics. What does it mean, the variable? It means the characteristic or attribute أو الصفة باللغة العربية. يعني النوع الذكور أو الناس we call it gender as a variable. So the variable is gender. Has two categories, male and female, right? So the variable, the most important one in the statistics. The population is everything you are concerning about. If you cannot cover all of it, you take a sample. So the sample is a subset of the population. Okay? But the inferential statistics, you have to make a generalization from the sample to the population. This is the main point. Yes, I cannot cover the whole population, so I take the sample and we will know the type of the samples, the methods of sampling. Okay. But when you have a sample and they give me tables and graphs for this one, this will be descriptive statistics. But when you test this collection to give a result about the population, you will call it inferential statistics. So no inferential statistics without descriptive statistics, right? Can you answer me using your chat, please? Can you read this one? And you chat for me. What are the variable under study? Just type it in the chat, please. I'll stop recording until you just get the whole answer. Yes. What are the variables under the study? The grades and the attendance, as Omar answered us, right? He said the answer is grades and attendance are the variable in under study. Question number 2, please. What are the data in the slide? So this is the right answer. Variables are grades and attendance. The data consists of specific grades and attendance because the data is the data for the variables, right? And the third question, are descriptive, inferential, or both types of statistics? This is only descriptive. But if an inference were made to all students, because you have a sample, right? If you make inference or deducted something about the all students, so it will be inferential. Okay. The fourth question, what is the population under study? Yes, this is the community. This is college. This is the name of the college, Manati Community College. So this is my population, right? Number 5, what is the population? Okay, number 5, what a sample collected? If so, from where? I know my population, so I collect my sample from the population. So I will take the sample from this one, right? The last question, from the information given, comment on the relationship between. Yes, if you look at these numbers and put it in the table, it will be better than look at it like this, right? So if you just make it as an in table, you will see there's a relation between attendance and the grades, right? For dense student, this is very, very important, and also for business and because they making questionnaire and they have to know the variables, okay, and they study the relation between the variables. So yes, when you have a problem, you have to specify your variable. Next, we know yesterday we have qualitative variables and quantitative variables, or qualitative data and quantitative data. Okay, the quantitative variable, this is the one I can do mathematics over it. I can sum it, I can subtract it, and I can square it, and mathematical operation can be done over the quantitative. But the qualitative, I cannot do any mathematical operation. I cannot add in colors or subtracting colors, right? Okay. There are two types of variable, discrete, which has a gap between each one, and continuous, right? Discrete, like the number of pages, the page number in the book. You cannot have page number 1.5 or 1.7. So it is discrete. بالعربي يسموه منفصل. There is a gap between them, as we said yesterday. But if it is continuous, the weight of my students is continuous, because I have someone has 65 kilo point 3, for example. Okay. And maybe I have one 65.31. So yes, there is no gap between the measurement, right? Okay. And we know already we have two types of data, quantitative and qualitative, and we have two types of variable, discrete and continuous. Can you classify each variable as a discrete variable or continuous, please? Use your chat. Chat it for me, please. The first one. The highest wind speed of hurricane. One by one, please. So number A, he said discrete. Do you think? No, he said very specific. This is a variable, discrete or continuous. Don't say quantitative and qualitative, right? Yes, it is quantitative data if you have the measurement. But I'm asking, it is discrete or continuous? This is my question. I didn't ask you it is quantitative or qualitative. Yes, it is continuous. So please, Karim, the question is very clear. He said, classify the variable continuous or discrete. So I have to answer the question. I know the data for this one is quantitative, but this is not the question. So yes, it is continuous. We agree. Okay. B, continuous, because this is a way. Thank you very much. Thank you. Omar, thank you very much. Excellent. Number C, the number of pages of statistics, discrete. Okay, excellent. The amount of money person spend per year. The amount of money, matter, continuous. Yes, excellent. Thank you very much. Yes, here is the answer. Okay. The last one was wrong, because I didn't ask you, this is the amount, right? Of money person spend per year for online purchase, right? Okay, because the year by year here, there is he said per year, right? If he full stop here, put full stop after spends, I agree with you to say continuous. But the problem, he adding per year for online purchase. You see what I mean? I spend 15,000 per year. Omar spent 20,000 or 17.5, right? But there is no people between us, right? There is a gap between me and Omar, right? This is the main point of between discrete and. So you have to read in statistics the question very carefully. If he put full stop after the amount of money person spend, it will be continuous. But if he said the amount of money per year, it will be discrete. Very tricky, the last one. Catch it? Okay. Please, here I didn't mention this one last lecture. How to find the boundaries of each variable. As we usually says, we take a step back and step forward, right? So if I have 8.4, 4 is the decimal places. So I have 0.4. If I take half before this one, it will be 0.35, right? It will be 8.35. And the half after this one, it will be 8.45. So what is the boundary of 138? Can you answer me in the chat, please? Okay, I'll explain it again, Omar. The boundary, it means you take a step back and step forward. So I have this one in the middle, right? It depends. If you have integer here, you know the half. So it will be 137.5 and 138.8. It's easy, right? But for 8.4, how you take half? You take half from the measurement of this one. This 4 out of 10. So what is the half of this one of the 1%? The half of 1% is 0.05. Okay, so it will be 8.35, and half after this one it will be 8.45. What about the last one? What is the boundary between? Boundary mean lower bound and upper bound, right? 138. No, sorry, Ammar. Hamad Ammar. No. How it comes 1.4? It is 137.36. 1 point. Okay, I will show you the answer because maybe you catch. Look at this one. You have a decimal place, first decimal place. So you have one out of 10, right? What is the half of 1 out of 10? 1 out of 10 is 10%. What is the half of 10%? 5%. So you take 5% from 8.4, so it will be 8.35. You add 5% to 8.4, you take the upper bound. If you have 138, you have no decimal place, so you have 1 unit. So the half of the 1 unit is half. Half before 138 will be 137.5. Half after 138 to have the upper bound will be 138.5. Here you have 2 decimal places, not like this one. Once you have 2 decimal places, you go for the upper one. So you have 1 out of 100, so you will go for 1 out of 1,000, right? So 1 out of 100, the half of it is 0.005 or 5 out of 1,000. So you will come back before this one. Before this one will be 0.625. And after this one, you take 5, you add 5 out of 1,000 after this one. Shall I repeat it again? Or you catch it? You have 3 types when you have the boundary, right? You have integer without decimal. You have only 1 decimal, you have 2 decimal, right? If you have integer, you are lucky, because you know if you have integer, you have 1 by 1. So the half of 1 is half. So you take half before this one to have the lower bound. So it will be 137.5. You add half after this one to have the upper bound, which will be 138.5. We need this one in the histogram later on, right? If you have 1 decimal place, so this is 40%, right? Let us call it 40% instead of say 4 out of 10. So to take half of the unit of the 1% is 5%, right? So you add, subtract 5% from 40%, so it will be 8.35. And you add 5% to 8.4, so it will be 8.45. If you have 2 decimal places, so you have 1% as a unit. What is the half of 1%? It's 5 out of 1,000. So you subtract 5 out of 1,000 from this one to have the lower bound, and you add 5 out of 1,000 to this one to have the upper bound. Okay? If it is not clear, I can repeat it 3, 4, 5 times, right? The main point, you just catch it and understand it. Now, we classify the measurement of the variable or the data, and we know we have 4 types of measurement, 2 for the qualitative data and 2 for the quantitative data. For the qualitative data, we have the measurement nominal level, like zip code or gender or eye colors or okay, or political affiliation or religious affiliation or major field or nationality. All of this one are nominal. You cannot describe it by number, but you can make a code for this one as a number, but still nominal data, right? Okay, does it mean if I have a number, it couldn't be nominal data? It could be like your car number, right? Your car number is nominal because it's just a name, right? The ordinal, we know from the order, if we can order anything, right, we can call it ordinal variable or ordinal level data, like the grades, like judging, first place, second place, اللي هي محكمة الاستئناف، المحكمة الابتدائية ومحكمة الاستئناف. Rating scale, poor, good, excellent. Ranking of tennis players. Ranking of military service. This is nominal and ordinal connecting to the qualitative data. But the interval scale and the ratio scale related to quantitative data. Like, what is the difference between them? Yesterday we said the difference is the 0, right? The 0 in the interval doesn't make any sense for nothing, right? But the 0 in the ratio scale, it means nothing. If you said age 0, it means you have nobody to say age. You have 0 salary, it means you don't get a salary. You have 0 time, it means you didn't appear. 0 weight, you have nothing to weigh, right? But if you have SAT score 0, it doesn't mean you are hopeless case, because the SAT score not start from 0. 0 doesn't make this person doesn't know anything. Intelligent question or the IQ question. As also 0 doesn't make this is abnormal person. The temperature, 0 doesn't mean there is no temperature, but the 0 is ice temperature. Okay, so we know now the measurement of the data. We have 2 measurements in the qualitative, nominal level and ordinal level, and we have 2 for the quantitative data, interval level and ratio level. And the difference between these two is a zero. Zero in the interval mean nothing, doesn't mean nothing, but the zero in the ratio, it means nothing. Because as I said, if you take zero in the SAT score, it doesn't mean you are hopeless case, right? This is the main point of the difference of the measurement of your variable or your data. Let's go for types of this one. If I have a cars model, this is a nominal data, right? Toyota, Nissan, IBM, BMW, Mercedes. So it will be nominal. But when you go for pizza, he's asking you small, medium, large. So there is ordinal here, right? If you go to measure the temperature, you're using the ratio or the interval, you're using the interval. As we said, because the zero here, it doesn't mean there is no temperature. But when you weigh, you have the height of anybody. This is the ratio, because if the height is zero, it means you have nobody to measure his height. Now you know the difference between the nominal and the ordinal and the interval and the ratio. Is it clear? Now, this is your turn. Please. Can you answer this question? What level of measurement would you use to ensure to measure each variable? The ages of patients in local hospitals. Ratio. Thank you very much, Karim. The rating of movies released this month. The rating of movies released this month. Excellent. Excellent, Zaid. Thank you very much. Ordinal, yes. Thank you. Colors of athletes shirt sold by Oak Park Health Club. Yes, very good. Very good, students. Temperature of hot tubes in local health clubs. Yes, it is interval, because zero here doesn't mean there is no temperature. Thank you very much. It is my answer. Okay, so we are brilliant now. We manage the data. Let's go for the new stuff here. As we said, it is really difficult to cover. Okay, I will get back to it. The ages, yes, the first one is ratio. Yes, I agree with you. Let's go for the summary of sampling methods. Okay. Okay, I'll come to your question, Omar. Okay. Omar, this is a big difference between discrete, right? Discrete is the type of the variable, right? But interval is the measurement of the variable. You catch it, Omar? Omar. I'll stop. Now, let's go for the type of sample. If I'm asking you to have a sample of the university, right? Fujairah Science and Technology of Fujairah, you will ask me first, what is the college in the university, right? So how many colleges we have? We have dentist, pharmacy, engineering, business, okay, humanities and science, law. Okay, that's it. IT now is belong to engineering. So we have 6 colleges. So what we are going to do, how we can take a sample from the university? I have to know the number in each college, right? To know what is the percentage of each college I have to take. So I have 4 types of method to take the sample from the university. I have a random, I have systematic, I have stratified, and I have cluster. What is the difference? Random is coming from the name random. You know, when you go to the mall and you buy something and they give you a form to fill and put it in the box, and they have some winners, they choose it randomly, right? Okay, this is how to get a random sample. Systematic, it means you have a list and you know how many ones you would like to have from the list. Okay, so you divide this number by the number you want from this list, and you know the gap you have to jump from 1 to 1 to have the number you are going to take, right? Stratified, the word strata, it means from subgroups. This is the meaning of the strata. So why they call it stratified. So yes, I take subgroups from each groups, right? The last one is cluster. The cluster, it means you have isolated subgroups, right? These subgroups, there are no overlap between them, right? There is no intersection between them. So in this clustering, you choose how many cluster you take from this one. So you are sure they are independent from each other. Maybe the photo or the picture will be more easy for you. This is how to take a random cars from this one. You have a random table. This random table, using the computer, you can choose the random sample. He's looking for 5, sample of 5 from the population of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So instead of letting someone to choose, and he will be biased, he like a specific color, so he will choose a specific color. No, I don't like this way, because bias in statistics is very harmful for your data. You cannot make anything if you are biased in the selection of your sample. So you have a random table. This by Excel you can generate a random table. And if you give a numbers for this one, and you go for one column or one row, okay, depends on the how many ones you have, and choose. If you have 5 numbers and your number is very small, you choose one column from this one, or 2 columns if you have 10 of cards. If you have hundreds, you take 3 columns. If you have 10,000, you take 4 columns, 5,000, and you choose numbers. If these numbers are in the list of the order of your card or the list of your card, so you can take it out until you finish the number you are looking for as a sample size. But when you go for systematic, as I said, systematic, it means you go have the same gap between each one, but you have ordered lists, like the list of my students, right? I will make example for this one. And I'm looking for 5 person from the 15 students. So I divided 15 by 5. I have 3. So I can start from 1 and jump to 4 and jump to 7 and 10, and etc. And I can start from 2 to 5 and from 5 to 8, from 8 to 11. And I can start from 3 to 6 to 9 to 12 to 15. So I will take these numbers as a sample. So, but you cannot start from 4. If you start from 4, your sample will not be 5, it will be only 4. This is what does it mean systematic. This is a stratified. As I said, strata, it means subgroups. So you are lucky because women and men are equals, right? So if I'm looking for a sample of 8, I will take 4 from the female and 4 from the male. How I can take it? It doesn't matter. If I start from here and jump 2 and take the third, I'll take this one and then take this one and take this one. Okay. So I can take randomly from the men, and also I can take randomly from the woman, but I have to take subgroup from here and subgroup from here to remember this, my sample, right? No need the groups to be equal, as I said. No need. Okay. Okay, fine. If groups are not equal, as I said, you take, depends on the percentage of this one. You know the total, right? So up to the percentage of this one and this one, right? If you have 50-50 like this one, you are lucky. So you'll take the same number. If you have 20-40, so you have to take 20% of the total number you are looking for from the here, and you take the 80 from the other one. So I answered your question now? Okay, thank you very much. Now, as I said all the time, you can read this one and you can deduce from here what is your variable. So when you read this one, you will see your variable is the length, temperature, time, mass. Okay. What is the record? 15 centimeter, 86 degrees. Okay. 4.4 second, 1 point. This is very important to tabloid the data or make your data instead of this horrible message. Okay. You can put it in the table. This is the first step in the descriptive statistics, right? Let's go for the boundaries. I have 15, so it is integer. What is the boundary of the integer? You go before it half and after it half. Before it to have the lower bound, so 15 minus half, it will be 14.5. 15 plus half, it will be 15.5. What is the boundary of 86? Half before 86, which is 85.5. This is the lower bound. The upper bound is half after this one. So 86.5 is the upper bound. Yes, you have 2 decimal place. So 2 decimal place, it means you are looking for the percentage. The unit of the percentage is 1%, 2%, 3%. What is the half of 1%? It's 5 out of 1,000. So I have to subtract 5 out of 1,000 from this one to have the lower bound. So I have to add 0 here to have 430 out of 1,000 and subtracting 5 from this one. So I will have 0.425. And I add 5 out of 1,000 from to this one. So I will have 0.435. Here, to have the boundary, you have only 1 decimal place. So you go 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. So the unit here is 1 out of 10. What is the half of 1 out of 10? It's 5% or 0.05. So you subtract 0.05 from 1.6, you will have the lower bound 1.55. And you add 0.05 to 1.6, so you will have 1.65 at the upper bound. Is it clear? If it is not clear, I can repeat it again. Thank you very much. That's okay. Yes, this is the answer. Okay. Now, I will go for the quiz for this chapter up to what we have done so far, right? This is in page 36 to 37 in the Blue Man book, step-by-step elementary statistics approach. right? I have a question here. Can you please go back? Okay, I will go back 1 minute. Okay. This is the one you want, Omar. This is another example, Omar. I have done this one for you. So if you don't understand this one, I can explain it to you. 8.4. You have one decimal place here, right? Oh yeah, I missed the cluster. Okay, sorry. This is a cluster. As I said, I explained it before I come to here. I said, as I told you, we have no overlap between them. This is exactly like Emirates. We have 7 Emirates, right? We don't have overlap between them, right? You cannot say this part belonging to Sharjah and Fujairah at the same time. No. This is my point, right? This is what the clustering. Okay. Let's go for this question because this is your turn to do this one. I will show you the question. As I said,
I have a question in the strategy.
Matar, what is the boundary of the value such as 6 inches would be? 5.9 to 6.1 inches. The question here is true or false, right?
False.
Why? What is the right answer?
5.5
Yes,
to
excellent.
6.5.
أكثر من رائع. أكثر من رائع. زايد. زايد.
Yes, doctor.
The height of basketball players is considered a continuous variable, right or wrong?
Right.
Excellent. Thank you. Omar Isam. You are active, Omar, so I
Yes,
would like
doctor.
you to answer me the right one. The variable temperature is an example of quantitative variable.
True.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Muhammad Iyad,
Hello, doctor.
you deserve this question, Muhammad.
Yes, doctor.
When the population of college professors is divided into groups according to their rank, instructor, assistant professor, and then several are selected from each groups to make up a sample. The sample is called a cluster sample. Is it correct or wrong?
Wrong.
What is the right type of sample here?
شو الاسم؟ دكتور هي اكيد مش كلاستر.
Okay. I will show it. No problem. I will show it to you. Okay. So, yeah, this is the type. Which one?
Systematic.
Stratified, right?
Yes.
Because you have groups, and from this subgroups you choose, right? This is why. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Next, Muhammad الديهي. محمد الديهي. طيب محمد نايم. محمد absent. محمد نصيف or محمد أيمن.
Doctor.
Okay, let's go for the next question, please. Number 8, Muhammad. The number of ads on 1 hour television show is what type of data? Nominal, qualitative, discrete, continuous.
Discrete, doctor.
He said type of data, not type of variable, Muhammad. The type of data, you have two type of data,
Yes.
right? So which one?
Discrete.
Discrete or continuous is a variable type. Okay. Discrete. Okay. So it is discrete variable, right?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, thank you very much. But this is the only right answer in the question, right? Kareem. Kareem,
Yes, doctor.
number 8, please. What are the boundaries of 25.6 ounces? Which one of these?
B.
Excellent. Yes. Why? Because you have one decimal. So your unit here is 1 out of 10, right? The half of 1 of the 10 is 0.05. So you subtract 0.05 from this one, you have 25.55, and you add 0.05 to this one, you have excellent. Thank you very much. After Kareem, we have Hamid. Hamid.
همام دكتور همام
سوري يا حمام والله سامحني يا بي.
عادي
Okay. Let's go for number 10, Huma. A researcher divides the subject into two groups according to the gender and then selected members from each group for her sample. What sampling method was a researcher using? Cluster, random, systematic, stratified.
stratified.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Data number 11 for who? Hamdan?
دكتور انت سامعني؟
Yes.
معلش انا كان عندي لاج مش ما كنتش سامعني ولا انا سامعك.
What's your name?
محمد الدي.
Okay, Muhammad. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Inshallah, I will give you a question.
اوكي دكتور.
Hamdan,
نعم دكتور.
number what? Number 11?
Number 12.
Number 12, okay.
No, 11.
صحيح ما شاء الله عليك. A study of that involves no researcher intervention.
11 دكتور.
Sorry, 11? Okay.
Yes.
Data that can classified according to color are measured on what scale?
Nominal.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Antoine. Antoine.
Yes, doctor. Yes, doctor.
I got it right this time.
Yeah.
Inshallah, Humam, next time I will get it right. Number 12. A study that involves no researcher's intervention is called an experimental study, and forget about this question. Go for 13, please. A variable that interferes with others variable in the study are called, is this confusing? Yes, no problem with this one. Let's go for 14. How you can fill the space here, Antoine? Two major branches of statistics.
Branches of statistics are inferential and
Descriptive.
Descriptive. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Ahmed Khalid.
Doctor.
Two uses of probability. No, we didn't go for the probability. We'll go for number 15. Okay. Also, you will fill the space. Number 16. The group of all subjects under study is called a what?
Variable.
The group of all subjects under study is called variables. Yes, if you have one variable, you just have A. If you have variables, you just get rid of the A, because A is the first as a singular, right? Thank you very much. Abdulaziz?
Doctor.
A group of subjects selected from the group of all subjects under study is called what? Selected. A group selected. You call it what?
Continuous.
No.
Population.
Selected sample. Yes, you select it from what? From the population, but it's selected. You call it what? A group of subjects selected from the group of all subjects under the study is called sample, right?
Yes.
Okay. Muhammad Ammar,
Yes, doctor.
three reasons why samples are used in statistics. For me, I will answer you now and I'll give you number 19. Reason just to save time, right? And save money. Okay. I let that see for you, but make sampling to save time and save money, right? Because if you cover the whole population, it will be costly, right? This is the main two reasons. Number 19, the four basic sampling methods are, I'll give you the answer here. Can you read this one? First, you have random sample,
Yes.
you have systematic, and you have stratified, and you have cluster. Until your pronunciation for this one will be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I know.
Thank you.
Abdul Karim? Abdul Karim?
Yes.
I have another Abdul Karim. He was attending in the English and he registered Arabic. He's in law. Are you the same Abdul Karim or different Abdul Karim?
I think different one.
Okay, thank you very much. I just want to make sure because I solved his problem yesterday. Thank you.
Mhm.
Abdul Karim, please.
Yes.
Number 20, please. A study that uses interact groups when it is not possible to randomly assign participant to the group is called. This is I will answer for you, intended, because it will be not sampling. You know, you are not going, you know, your friend, so you go. This one, this case of a study, I don't like it because it doesn't give you the right answer for some question, right? Because it is biased.
Mhm.
Biased study, right? It will be biased, right? If you
Yes,
have
yes.
opportunity and you give it to your friends, it doesn't give you indication because they have a relationship with you, right? Okay.
Okay.
A researcher study participants should be assigned to groups using what methods, if possible? To make any study, any research study, you make sample methods, right? Sampling method.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'll go for Karim. I have done Karim Muhammad. I'll go for MCQ question, Karim.
Okay, doctor.
Can you read this one? Number 23. Yes. 23. What is the right answer? For each statement, decide whether descriptive or inferential statistics is used. So have the average life expectancy in New Zealand is something like this one. It is descriptive or inferential?
Descriptive.
Yes, because it is describing this one only. A diet high in fruit and vegetable will lower blood pressure.
Inferential.
This is inferential because up to the study, you get this statement, right? You cannot notice yourself, right?
Right.
The total amount of estimated losses for Hurricane Katrina was 125 billion. Descriptive or inferential?
Descriptive.
Only descriptive because you're just collecting the data. Okay? So, research stated that the shape of the person's ear is relative to the person's aggression.
Inferential.
Yes, inferential because he has done research to get this statement. Okay. So we know how to distinguish between inferential and descriptive, right? Now I'll go for who does we finished Kareem. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so which number? Number 23, please, Muhammad. Classify each as a nominal level, ordinal level, interval level, or ratio level of measurement. Rating of movies as G, BG, and R. Which one of these four?
Ratio.
يا راجل يا طيب. Rating of movie G, BG, and R. It is ordered, Muhammad. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe you don't have good information about movies. This is why you cannot answer this. Okay, B, number of candy bars sold on a fund drive. You have 4 types of level: nominal, ordinal,
Ordinal.
يا راجل يا طيب. Number.
Nominal. Sorry, nominal.
كمان nominal. ده انت زدت الطينة بالله. انا هقفل التسجيل بدل ما تظهر الكلام ده يوديني في داهية. ارجع بس ان شاء الله احاول امسح الكلمتين يقول. Okay. So the number of candy is a ratio. C, classification of automobiles as sub, compact, standard, and luxury. طيب كفايه عليك يا محمد عشان انت شكلك عايز تتغدى. عمر. كمان. Number C.
Classification of automobiles, nominal.
Yeah. Nominal or ordinal?
No, sorry, ordinal.
Because you can order them, right?
Yeah.
And this is like cars, number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, D, Omar. Temperature of hair dryers.
Interval level.
Why it is interval, Omar?
Because 0 is something.
Yes. Sure. Yes. Excellent. E, Omar, the last one. Weight of suitcases on commercial airliner.
I think it will be ratio level.
Yes, excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's go for Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman.
Yes, doctor.
24, please.
Okay,
Classify each variable, discrete or continuous. Age of people working in a large factory.
Discrete.
Excellent. Number of cups of coffee served at a restaurant.
Continuous.
I will, because you take it by luck, so you have to know the difference between discrete and continuous. Discrete, it means you have gaps, right? Continuous, it means no gaps. Do you think you can go for coffee and asking for 0.7 cappuccino?
No.
Okay, so number of cups of coffee should be what?
It should be continuous. Sorry, discrete.
Discrete, okay, thank you. You will remember the coffee. We miss it. The amount of drug injection into, I don't know how to pronounce this one. You know a pig, this type of pig.
The amount of
drug
injection into Genoa
Yes.
pig.
Yeah. Yes.
It's continuous.
Continuous, yes, because it's measured by meter or millimeter, right?
Yeah.
The time it takes a student to drive to school? The time in general is what? Discrete or continuous?
Discrete.
يا رجل طيب. You have hour, and subset of the hour is a minutes, and subset of you have seconds, and you have percent of the second. So the time is continuous, not discrete.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, we can live this year, and we skip the next year, and we come back after this one. Okay. Yes, I have to explain it to you in a funny way. Otherwise, you will not remember it. Okay. The number of gallons of milk sold each day at a grocery store.
Number of gallons of milk sold each day at the grocery store.
Remember here, this is not the volume of the milk. This is the number of gallons. So
it can differ. So
yes,
it's discrete.
excellent. Yes. So the number could be differ. So there is a gap between today and tomorrow or after. So you cannot have point something from the number of gallons, right? Okay. Give the boundaries for this question for before we finish. We are talking to Omar, Abdurrahman, Bilal.
Yes.
I would like to hear your voice, Bilal.
Yes, doctor.
The boundaries for each 32.
31.5 and 32.5.
Excellent. MashaAllah عليك. 0.48.
So 0.47.5 and
Not 0.5.
0.4.
0.475.
Sorry. Yeah, 5 and 0.485.
Excellent. ما شاء الله عليك. طب كفايه عليك كده عشان ما يعني ما تتحسدش. كده دكتور سام.
Discrete will continuous. I didn't
Yes.
understand the gaps and the difference.
Okay. I will come back to 24. Go for 24. Age of people working in a larger factory. The age in general is what? Discrete or continuous?
Continuous.
Continuous, right? So you can get it by years or by days, okay, or by hours, etc. So you consider it as a discrete in this case or continuous? Yes, ages in general is continuous, but for the people in the factory, there is a gap between the age of this one and the other one, right?
دكتور اذا سوري 1 minute بس دكتور اذا بيرسونال يعني انا شخصيا الايج راح يكون كونتينيوس بس
تمام.
اذا مجموعه نحن هسه ديسكريت مش كلنا نفس العمر.
بالضبط، هو ده اللي انا بقصده، هو ده اللي انا اقصده.
اوكي
This is what I mean it. This is what I mean it. This is why I said the age in general is continuous, but the age for different people are discrete. Okay. The number of cups of coffee, remember, if you can take percentage of that stuff, it will be continuous. If you cannot take percentage, you cannot be continuous, right? Catch the point? So the number of cups must be discrete because I cannot have 0.75 cappuccino cup, right? لو معكش فلوس مش هتاخد الكاب كامل.